Ladies and gentlemen, we move on with full contact kickboxing over 5 2-minute rounds of action, as sponsored by Travel Travel. Would you welcome first into the blue corner, representing the Chaos Gym, Edward Bettison. And would you welcome his opponent into the red corner, representing the Pegasus Gym, Stephen the Pocket Rocket Cook.
Right, George, our only professional full contact bout of the night, full contact kickboxing, that is all kicks above the waist. Edward Bettison from the Chaos Gym against the Pocket Rocket Stephen Cook from the Pegasus Gym. I've watched both these men fight, and they're very talented old school kickboxers, and that I mean they both use their hands and feet together in combinations. They're not a boxer that might kick or a kicker that might box. They're pure fluent kickboxers, so on paper this is a really great match.
Yeah, it sets us up for a good showing of what is a very rare sport in this country. Full contact kickboxing, kicks above the waist.
And Bettison in the white shorts, Cook in the black. And an explosive start from the Pocket Rocket. I know he's trained incredibly hard for this one. That's not to say Bettison hasn't, it's just that I know Stephen Cook very well. And I know he's taken Bettison very, very seriously and got in the best shape of his career for this.
Yeah, I know that Bettison hasn't had the best of decisions or results in his first few fights, but he fights the best guys, you know.
That's it. You're right. He's at a very good level. He's fighting at the top level here.
Win, lose or draw, these guys are at the top level in the country, you know.
And I like the way that Cook is mixing it up here, changing the variety of his attacks. And just when you think you're in a rhythm, he changes that rhythm, which is so vital to do.
Yeah, he keeps switching stance as well. I'm really finding this sport very interesting. You know, they're much more nimble and fluent than the K1 guys. You know, they're throwing some unorthodox kicks.
Nice shovel uppercut there as well from Cook. And when it's done right, kickboxing, as you said, is fluid. It's moving all the time. And when there's two professionals like this that are good at the game, there's very little holding as well. So it's smooth. It moves nicely.
Yeah, you know, teeps to the head, teeps to the body, spinning kicks. It's all part of it. And it all keeps the crowd entertained, especially for the Pocket Rocket, who seems to have brought quite a few fans here tonight.
Well, he's always an exciting fighter. As I said, I've seen him from day one. It's as simple as that. I've known him many years. And he's still only a young man now, but when he first came out, he would say to you that conditioning and that side of the training never interested him as much as the fight training and the fighting. And I had a long chat with him once and said, you know, you've got everything there except you must take your cardio more seriously. And in the more recent years, he really has knuckled down and looked at the cardio side of things as well. Like my own club that was straight kickboxing that started. But when it's fluid like this, it can be a real joy to watch.
These guys are at the top of the game in the country, you know. We're being treated to a spectacle here.
And again, looping right hand attempt from Bettison. And they split without the referee having to pull them apart. And Cook, you feel, waiting for Bettison to make his move and then to counter. Nice side kick from Bettison as he comes in. The right hook, left roundhouse reply from Cook. Stiff right hand jab from the southpaw stance.
When one man hits the other replies with something more spectacular, you know, like someone, the Pocket Rocket just threw a kick and Bettison immediately replied.
That's right, with a right hook. It's that sort of fight, and it's fast, it's frantic.
It's such a high pace and a high level.
And really, George, you're waiting for that first one that lands cleanly with a shot that gets right through to see how his opponent reacts to it.
Especially one that may be unorthodox, like look there, he's just gone for a spinning kick. Something like that you don't see coming could easily get through the guard.
Yeah, well, Bettison was onto it, and immediately a nice right hand again when Cook missed with it. Nicely matched this fight.
So it's a real good showing of the sport. As I said, that it's a sport that is a little rare.
Good body shot there from Cook. George, he came under the arm, right to the
very
rib
well
cage.
timed. Very well timed is that
And
one.
again,
It's going
comes round the side. Bettison looking to reply, but Cook just out of range. Nice shots this time from Bettison. Delicately balanced this one in the second round, George. Very delicately balanced.
Pocket rocket looks ready for action, as does Bettison.
Well, they're both, as we said, happy on the counter, but suddenly Cook comes out of the blocks, firing and asking questions of Bettison.
Yeah, Cook looks much lighter on the feet, as you said. Maybe he's been working his cardio a lot more than he used to, but he seems to be ready to go 5.
Yes, I've no doubt he can do that. Oh, Edward Bettison. It's who gets the most work off now as well. Good body shot from Cook. Almost takes the right hand in reply.
Working inside is Bettison, looking to throw the body shots that he's been on the receiving end of.
Yeah, Cook ducks under that right hand again, pushes out the front kick. Jumping front, well, scissor kick we call it when you bring up the other leg through like that. Oh, and Bettison had his gloves up and he needed that. Was right across the face there, so good defensive work from the man from the blue corner.
These guys are ridiculously fast. For their weight, they're throwing shots at a ridiculous speed, and it's only a second round. We've got 5 more. It's going to be a good one.
So Cook coming in again and working that body of Bettison, trying to break the man down. It isn't working so far, but you just do feel he's the one just possibly catching the eye in this round with the work rate.
It would be Cook.
Then the high point kick, but again Bettison.
Just something there. That was the first time they've clinched in the whole fight.
And Cook coming forward again. Yep, nice little uppercut from Bettison this time, but Cook trying to force the issue now. And again a frantic pace, very good back. I feel that Cook had the edge in that one as we come now into the 4th of 5. So Bettison really now needs to start forcing the issue.
Yeah, I'd agree. I think Cook is 2 ahead at the moment, but he's showing no signs of relenting. He's still light on the feet, unlike Bettison, who's much more plodding forward. He's not as light on his feet.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, Bettison looks like he wants to unload his shot, so he sets himself up, but while he's setting himself up, Cook's actually taking the initiative away from him. And that's what I said at the beginning of this round. Bettison needs to take the initiative back to have success. Because as he sets himself up, Cook throws the leather. Then you've got to start again.
Yeah.
And then you're playing catch-up.
Exactly. You don't want to be playing catch-up in such a fast sport, you know, that forever moving. You want to be the guy initiating and making the judges look at you. You don't want the other guy in the centre of the ring
and
throwing combos.
Well, that's what Cook's doing at the moment. He's throwing his combos, he's moving back out, luring his man on, and then throwing again.
Yeah, he's showing us the exact same as what was happening in rounds 1 and 2.
Good right to the body there from Cook as he came forward. Stopped Bettison in his tracks for the moment, turns man nicely, left hook from Bettison, sweep.
Those body shots are possibly causing Bettison some problems.
And again the roundhouse on the end from Cook here. Brings it to the midsection once more. It's good tactics working the midsection of Bettison, either with those hooks or those roundhouses. Nice combination again with the roundhouse on the end. And this is the problem for Bettison. He sets himself up, he comes forward, but Cook is getting his counters in before the man attacks, and that's the problem.
Yeah, it doesn't look good to the judges, you know. It's all about who's being the aggressor in the round. That's who wins the round. And there we have it, the end of the round.
So with 4 down and 1 to go, I feel that Bettison now needs a knockout in this 5th and final round. So 5th and final round of a very entertaining fight, and Cook comes out very rapidly with double roundhouse, puts a 3rd one out now. Waiting for Bettison to come in, keeping at range around that ring apron, pushing out the front and round kicks. And this is where Bettison has to get in and get stuck in and close the gap, and there's the right hand that could change things. He's got to get in there consistently throughout these 2 minutes now, really, and look for that big punch.
Yeah, Cook seems to be on his bike a little bit. He's circling a lot more. Maybe doesn't want to become involved, possibly because of that complacency we've been talking about.
Well, I think it's right. I mean, if his corner's told him you don't need to get involved, you don't need to mix up, you don't need to go into war with this man if you're well ahead on points. So I think staying on the bike, throwing the combinations, moving away, because those hooks are the danger now. By contrast, if I was Edward Bettison, I would be there the whole time, right in his face, throwing those big bombing hooks. You've got to.
In his face, not giving him time to even breathe, you know.
He's got to go for full 2 minutes.
Yeah,
Simple as that.
He's got to go for broke. That's the only option he has. As you can see, Bettison, a black belt.
And Cook again working the body. Nice combinations, nice and fluid. The side kick tucks up in reply. Good body shot from Bettison, but he's got to stay there. He's got to stay, pardon the pun, in the pocket. He really has got to stay there and work his man. Because I've got a feeling that right hand can be a real equaliser if it lands flush.
Yeah, it's not looking good. Time's ticking, time's running out, and the only hope is that big shot, but it doesn't seem like it's coming because.
Well, Cook is fighting the right fight now. He's in and out. He's keeping it arranged, and there you go.
And there we go. We saw the little showboat in the last 5 seconds of that round. What a brilliant fight, and what a great showing for full contact in kickboxing.
Ladies and gentlemen, as always tonight, please let's hear it for both your fighters in this ring. Excellent fight tonight. But we do have a unanimous decision. Your judges in favour of the red corner, Stephen Cook.